Ejaculation by command, hot offer for lasting longer in bed. I had no idea that sex was just as important to women as it is to us guys. But the worst part was what my wife had said last. I even talked to a divorce attorney last week, just to review how things would go if I did decide to separate. Basically it seems straightforward. Since we don't have kids yet, it wouldn't be too messy, and he even thinks I would get the house. I don't want to go this route. I still care about Lloyd, but a girl has needs and I still have lots of good years left in me. I put the phone down in shock. My stomach turned and I felt the blood draining from my face as I slumped onto the living room sofa. I had already started to suspect that my performance in the bedroom wasn't leaving my wife satisfied. But I had no idea just how bad it had gotten. That night I tossed and turned, barely sleeping a wink. A million scenarios whirled in my mind and I couldn't help but return over and over to one single thought. What the hell good is a man who can't even please the woman he loves? The next few weeks were a bit of a blur, to be honest. I was so depressed at the thought that my marriage was falling apart that I started to wander into random bars after work instead of going home. Because of the hurt, anger and shame I felt, I didn't think I'd be able to face my wife without unloading on her about the text conversation I saw. Then one Friday afternoon, I ended up wandering into an upscale cocktail lounge in a luxury boutique hotel. At the time, it just seemed like a classy place to drown my sorrows. I sat down in a comfy leather armchair and gave my drink order to a very sexy cocktail waitress. After my third drink in a row, I was pretty buzzed and some of the pain was blunted enough for me to survey the room. It was pretty typical of what you'd see on a Friday night at a high-end lounge. The place was packed with attractive women, all wearing different colors of slinky cocktail dresses and carrying around designer purses. Some looked like sexy, well-kept divorcees sculpted by plastic surgery and bronzed with artificial tans. And some were beautiful, young women who looked to be trolling for rich husbands and boyfriends. Most of the men were impeccably dressed in designer suits that cost more than my car. But out of the corner of my eye, I caught something that seemed out of place. A guy in his late 40s wearing a tacky Hawaiian shirt, tattered jeans, and box store sandals standing just outside the patio door of the lounge. He looked more like the kind of guy that slept at a homeless shelter than belonged in a high-end cocktail lounge like this. But he was talking with two gorgeous-looking women who giggled at everything he said. Read more Ejaculation by command, hot offer for lasting longer in bed. Please click link in description below.